The Midwest is known mostly for being filled with farmlands, the breadbasket of the United States. Although this may be true, there are plenty of areas, specifically in Kansas, that are considered to be food deserts. A food desert is an area where it is difficult for the population to purchase affordable, healthy food. 30% of Kansas counties are classified as a food desert according to the USDA. This means that in urban areas, the nearest grocery store is 1 mile away, and for rural areas, the nearest is 10 miles away. In Cuba, Kansas, many community members have become very aware of this problem and see that one of the biggest ways to make an impact is to support their local merchants in order to sustain themselves.
I tell people, you don't have to buy everything from me. I didn't when I didn't own the store. You know, we have the best meat around, so I've always bought meat. I tried to buy the specials. I tried to buy as much as I could here. And I don't expect people to buy everything, but buy something.
Members of the town do what they can in order to keep the local stores in town, even if it is not the cheapest or most convenient option.
We do a rockathon, which is something they've done for 40 years, and they buy every single thing from me. I do all their meat. I don't prepare, but I prep it all so they can cook it all across the street. So they work all together to do that, and that's one of the things that keeps the store up and going.
The support of the local community has an immense impact on whether or not local grocers will be able to stay up and running. Without these local grocers, all members of the community will have to travel out of town to get the food and produce that they need.
I'm just always thankful that I can walk into the store, get what I need, and if it's 50 cents or whatever variation you want to put in it, so what? We're thankful to have a store.
The locals do see the benefit in having grocery stores near to them and want them to stay.
Well, I always figure it could be cheaper in Belleville or Salina, but if you factor in the cost of driving there, you probably break even.
The people of Cuba, Kansas would not be the only people affected by disappearing local grocers. Populations of surrounding towns rely on the provision of these stores as well.
We live at Belleville, but we have the farm that I grew up on, and so when we go through Cuba or coming back from the farm, we'll drive through Cuba and I can purchase some items that I need that I didn't have on my list the first time around.
If the members of the community don't support their merchants, they'll run the risk of losing their local stores.
It would be a sad situation. I mean, we'd have to adjust, we'd have to drive further, and Clyde is 12 miles away, Washington is 20 miles away, while Belleville's only 9.
The commitment of both the grocers and the people of these towns must work cohesively to meet each other's needs somewhere in the middle.
Try to keep as much fruits and vegetables around because that's what a lot of the older people eat. I know they're on a fixed income, and I know they only have so much money that they can spend, and I try to keep things as reasonable as possible, and I try to keep it so I'd much rather them buy it than it sit and go bad. So if I can keep it, knock it down to a very fair price or comparable with Belleville or even Walmart, then I feel they'll shop and they'll buy it, and then they buy it all up. I feel better about that than thinking, heck, we had a half a flat of strawberries go bad because nobody ate them because they were too expensive.
Small communities like Cuba, Kansas are suffering from the same concerns with lack of affordable produce that can be marketed to these populations. The members of the community truly want to see change, but it is going to take all hands on deck.